Hey guys, it's JackSquare here on a kind of breezy, rainy day out here in Central Virginia, and I just wanted to make this quick video about how to make better thumbnails. Now, this is not a tutorial about how to exactly use one idea, one method and make a thumbnail. If you're looking for a video that's going to take you step by step through how to make a thumbnail, this is not that video. And the problem with those sorts of videos, they're not necessarily bad, but the problem with videos like that is it's kind of like those books or those tutorials that you might find when you're a kid, and it's like, oh, learn how to draw Pikachu or Mickey Mouse or whoever, right? And it's great because you follow this method and boom, you have this picture that looks just like the picture in the book. Oh, that's cool. Well, the problem is every time you use that method, you're going to end up with Pikachu or whoever in the exact same pose in the exact same way every single time. It's not teaching you how to draw. It's teaching you how to draw this one thing this one way, and that's it. Now, if you're looking for a video that's going to give you some core concepts that are going to work out regardless of which program you're using, what type of channel you have, or what type of videos you're making, this video I think is going to help you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. There are three ideas that I think about when I'm making a thumbnail, and those are going to be simplicity, separation, and someone. Let's go ahead and take it piece by piece. The biggest problem that I see with thumbnails, because I'm a part of these different subreddits and Facebook groups for YouTubers, and you get a lot of people that are asking people to critique their channel or critique their videos, and I see a lot of thumbnails. And the biggest problem that I see with thumbnails is a lack of simplicity. That is, it's too complex. It's too complicated. There are too many things going on. They'll have, this crazy background, all these little cutouts of things, different emojis, and they'll put, this is like the worst one, they put the text for the entire title of the video, and even sometimes even like a bunch of keywords in the thumbnail. And here's the thing, it's going to be really small. Nobody's going to read all of that. They're not going to be able to tell what it says, and it just looks messy. It doesn't look clean, it doesn't look crisp, it doesn't look inviting. Remember, the big thing that people see that draws them to your video, if your video actually shows up in the search results, what's going to make them click on your video instead of someone else's? Well, it's going to be the thumbnail. And if your thumbnail looks messy, it's just not going to draw people to it. So first off, only use a couple of elements. You're talking like a couple keywords, maybe a little image. Like for example, if you're doing something for a particular brand or a particular game, maybe a character from that, and then maybe a cutout of you, a still from the video. And even if it can't be something like that where you're doing it in Photoshop, just make sure to take a nice still from your video and use that. Something that's simple. It's got a nice clean background if you're not going to go and make your own thumbnail. Now the second thing, of course, is separation. And this has to do with, of course, the color palette that you're using. And you don't really have to get crazy into color theory, but if all of your colors are the same, nothing's going to pop. Just make sure that you use, again, like white outlines, or if you're against a background that you pop from whatever it is that your background is. Because if you don't do that, even if your thumbnail is really simple, it's going to end up just melding in and it's not going to look exciting. And finally, we get the idea of someone. If you look at different studies, you look at different data, thumbnails with people, faces, smiling faces, things like that, or faces that are engaging, that's going to make a better thumbnail. It's going to draw people in, because at the end of the day, people want that human connection. Now, this can get a little bit interesting depending on what type of videos you make. For example, if you make a lot of gameplay videos or videos where you don't really end up in the video, you might not want to show your face. That might not even be something that you're comfortable with in your videos, let alone your thumbnails. So this is where you kind of need to get creative. You say, okay, if I'm playing this particular video game, can I find an image of the character from the game? Or maybe it isn't going to be someone, but it's something that's featured in the thumbnail. Now again, the best case is really a human face, or a face that has human qualities to it, because that draws people into what's happening. But you can be creative with this one and play around with it. Now these ideas aren't set in stone, and you're going to see plenty of successful videos that have thumbnails that don't do any of this stuff. But these are some things that I've found to be helpful, and I think they would really improve some of the thumbnails that are out there on YouTube. So think about these ideas when you're making your next thumbnail, whether you're doing something where you're just grabbing a still and you can kind of set it up in this way, or if you're going into Photoshop, like I do, and making your thumbnails that way. If you think about simplicity, separation, and someone, I really think it's going to improve your thumbnails. So hope you find this to be helpful. If you like this video, then go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, you know, because it is YouTube and we got to plug the channel. But if you want to see more videos like this, you're definitely going to want to subscribe because more videos like this are coming up. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions for people making thumbnails, any of your thoughts, I'd love to hear what you have to think about the matter. So put your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks a bunch. I'll catch you guys next time. Hey, I thought the video was over. The video's not over yet because I want to show you guys one trick that I'll sometimes use if I'm going to be making a thumbnail that has me in it. What you want to do is just take a moment after you film your video to kind of sit still for a moment to make sure that you get a good still of yourself. You might find one in the video, but sometimes it helps to just say, hey, you know, let me make sure everything looks right. Yeah, you know, and then just